Good Friday evening, everyone. How's everybody's week been? Very good. Very good. It's nice to have you back. It's nice to be back for a bit. If you've been in our group, if you're in our group or have me on Facebook, you know that February is not my greatest month. I get what I call cabin fever. In February. I consider myself very, very lucky though, because I just get blue. I'll explain that in a minute. But there are people, lots and lots of people who suffer really badly with this, and it starts at the beginning of winter and continues on, and it's more of a depression for them. So it's scary, it's hard. I totally feel for those who do suffer with that, as well as those who have it at my level as well. So when I say blue, what I mean by that is I'm not depressed, I'm not sad, I just kind of feel numb. You know, things that would normally make me cry, like commercials and sad movies and sad songs, you know, that would just make me teary-eyed and stuff like that. Doesn't bother me. And it's hard to explain. I can snap, get angry at the littlest things, and everything goes wrong for me this time. And you know, you've seen me. I've had things go wrong before, and I can laugh it off or just say what the hell and get over it. But when things go wrong, it really gets me during this time. But you know, we're at the end of getting close to the end of February. It's a leap year, so there's only 28 days. No, 29 is a leap year. So we're getting close to the end. I've checked our weather forecast, and let's hope that for once they're right, and we're in for some mild weather coming up. So out of the negatives for a while, hopefully that lasts, and spring is just around the corner, right? So that is what I've been dealing with. Why you haven't seen me much on here, because I'm probably only going to screw it up, which I may even do tonight. But you know what? You're here with me. You can laugh it off with me or cry with me, whichever comes first, right? I promise I won't swear or get angry at you. I swear. Okay, so my dogs are outside. I put them out. My husband says, don't worry, I'll let them in if they start barking. I just heard them barking. You don't see him letting them in. Oh, dear. He had me worried. He went skiing today. Gavin is an amazing skier. Obviously, not as fabulous as he was when he was younger, but still really damn good for a man who's 62. And I just worried because he just had surgery last month. But they said, you know, 6 weeks and you're good. And he went, and all day I was like, but he had a great time. So I'm happy for him. Very happy for him. Okay, tonight we're going to do something a little different. I've already started this. No resin. What I did was I did gold leaf. This is what I did. I drew my mermaid, okay? Then I put the gold leaf adhesive on where I drew the lines. Waited for it to dry. You gotta wait for it to dry, and it's still tacky. You know, it's dry, but you can tell it's still tacky. I put the gold leaf on, spread it on, and then with a brush, with a bit of a rougher paintbrush, I brushed off the excess, okay? Then I took acrylic paint and I painted in her hair, her tail, and the rock. And now I want to do a resin ocean. And then when that is cured tomorrow, I will do a clear coat just over the top of the whole thing. So we don't need a lot of resin. The colors I am using are, for the light, I'm using Evening Teal, friggin' awesome color, and Hosta Teal, which is the darker to this. I could also use the Torridon Teal, but it's just a little bit darker, and I don't want it to be super, super dark. So those two fabulous colors. You know, guys, I don't know if you've been trying, you need to try these tints. They are honestly amazing. And you just use a little tiny bit. And if you want the tint to shimmer, just well, you can add glitter, but I use, if I want a shimmer effect, I use the Freshwater Pearl, add a little bit, doesn't change the color of my tint, but adds a shimmer to it. So we're using those two colors and Color Passions Top Cell White in this. And if I have any clear resin left over, I am doing a mold for my granddaughter. So that, but she wants it in white and red. So that is what we are doing. So I'm not using a lot of resin for this part because we don't need it. I will be using more tomorrow when I do the clear. Yep, dogs are barking away like crazy. I would send him a text message and tell him hello. Excuse me. But I'm using my phone to videotape this. So. Okay, so just stirring in my colors. This is the Evening Teal. It is such a pretty color. Such a pretty color. This is the Hosta Teal. And you know what? I'm not a green person, but because both these greens have so much blue in them, they are so nice to me. This is the Hosta Teal. And this isn't even giving you a good idea of how pretty it is. But if you've used it, you'll know. And the Color Passions, Awesome White, Top Cell White is right here. So what I'm going to do, bring you on down, move the colors. I'm going to start, I don't want you in the shade, shadow in the shade. I'm going to start with the dark, and it's going to be down here. And I'm going to spread it around with my stick so it is basically where I want it to be. And this can be very thin because I'll be doing a clear coat over top of it. So I'm just moving it around, getting it basically where I want it. sort of like painting with a paintbrush, but we all know resin doesn't normally like to do that. Okay, almost done, guys, in this little ocean scene. I think I'm going to need to make a little bit more of the darker. That they're running around upstairs. Yep. Oh dear. Men have such selective hearing. No offense, anyone, but seriously, you do. Usually it's us you're ignoring, but in this case it was my boys. Okay. Okay, so there's my dark. So now I'm just going to add my lighter teal. It's going to come up the rock. Now I'm going to play with it up here first. Make it look like it's splashing up the rock. Nope. I'll get that out with tweezers. Okay. I want to bring this in. I'm going to have to get that out now. It's a little chunk of something. Okay, now I'm going to add some white. And then I'm going to try blowing this around a bit. So I'm going to put the white, same idea, but a little bit down here, doing the same as well. Okay, now I'm going to heat it up a little bit. And now just blow it out a bit. Bring it down. back up. What I'm doing right now is just blowing it. Like it is, just coming up and around her. Right? What I think I might do, if I can, is add just a little bit of the dark in here under her tail. And leave it. Just add a little heat this way. And push it back slowly. This way. I just don't want it coming up over her tail. Not in the dark. Okay. And there we go. I'm going to leave it just like this. When it comes to the heat and the blowing, we'll leave it just like this. And then tomorrow I will clear coat her. So now I'm going to add a little bit of heat from the torch to the white because the top white's really good if you can swipe the top white, but I can't swipe it here. But I've found that if I use my torch, oops, this is dying, I get it to break up and cloud some little tiny cells. Really nice cells, like you get the big ones when you swipe it, and I get all these cute little ones when I add the torch heat to it. So there we go. I'm going to leave her just like this. So I'll bring you on down. Hopefully you don't get a lot of glare. But this is my girl. I'll clean off the edges here with alcohol before I go upstairs. And tomorrow she'll just have a nice thin clear coat over top of her. So this was just a different piece that I thought I would try tonight. And so far, but I'm, haven't gone upstairs yet. So far, I haven't totally destroyed it. So I'm kind of happy. Okay, so I gotta show you. I've got my, oh look, resin on the face. I've got my nose pierced, right? Well, so tonight I decided to try the ring instead of just the stud. And I'll tell you something, it is the weirdest sensation having something right here. I got used to this for years because I've had it for years. I just took it out for a while Gavin's mother lived with us. You remember the story. My mother-in-law lived with us because she had dementia, and I didn't want her living anywhere that I couldn't make sure she was safe, so she lived with us. So I took it out just out of respect. Not that she would have ever said anything, because, you know, she wasn't that type of woman, but I grew up with my grandparents, and I know how to respect my elders, and I just felt it was more respectful. She never ever knew. She knows now, don't you, Mom, that I had my nose pierced. She didn't even know that I have 3 tattoos. She knew I had 1 here, but she never saw the other 2. They're angels. For anybody who wants to know, I have 3 angels, 1 for each of my girls. So she never knew about them either. She does now. But, you know, luckily where she can't bow me out until I'm up there. So anyway, okay, guys, so this is what I have done tonight. It was fun. You know, give it a try. Gold leaf is fun. It was a lot of fun. One of the girls in our group, Kim LaFawn, she does a lot of the scenery pictures with trees and stuff, and she's done some in the leaf, and I thought that gave me an idea, and so thank you, Kim, for the wonderful idea. And thank you to everyone in our group and my friends on Facebook who have commented on my post about the blues. I know you're there for me, guys. I really do. Just like I know you know I'm always here for you. And actually, you know what? When you come to me in private message with something that's upsetting you or whatever, it actually makes me feel much better to be able to help you through it. Not that I have all the answers. By no means do I have all the answers. But, you know, just being able to talk with you guys and feel like I'm helping a bit, and the encouragement you give me and I give you, it's a good thing, and it helps us both get through. So thank you all very, very much. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to try to keep arting. Not too sure. I have some pictures I'd love to draw. So I might do that for a little while and then bring them on to show you. We may even resin them. We will see. We will see. But this was for fun. So thanks for coming along. Thanks for everything, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.